What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the Ororo dual control heated jacket. The one I have here is their basic all black design, but they do have several different styles and colors on their website as well. So I actually reviewed a jacket from this company in the past, but I just bought two more for my kids, and this model has some updated features, so I figured I would do an updated review as well. So as you can see, this looks like a regular ordinary jacket, but what sets this apart from the rest is this actually has heating built into it. So just like my older jacket from Ororo, this has two carbon fiber heating elements here on the chest, one larger one here on the back area. But this new updated model also has two pads that are here at the top of your arms as well. All right, so this is what the jacket looks like on my son. As you can see, it's a bit oversized, but since he's still growing, I decided to buy it a little bigger so it can last him a few years. Here's another clip of my jacket from last year so you can see what it looks like when it properly fits as well. So turning on the jacket, you just hold down this button. Once it's on, you have a few different modes you can choose from. You have red for high, blue for medium, and white for low. These heating elements work very well, so unless it's very cold, I usually just leave it on low. The new updated jacket also has a second button which controls the arm elements. You get 3 modes here as well, so it's nice to have that flexibility to add more or less heat on different areas. So taking a look at the battery, this is a 7.4 volt, 4000 milliamp battery, which can provide up to 20 hours of runtime on the jacket. If you have the jacket set too high, you will get less than that. I use a mix of different modes depending on the weather, and I usually only have to charge the jacket about once a week. So besides powering the jacket, this battery bank does have a USB-A and USB-C port. So if it's not cold and you aren't using the battery, you can also use it for your phone or other devices as well. So taking a look at the jacket itself, heating elements aside, this is definitely a very warm and insulated jacket. It's also water resistant, so it'll help keep you dry in light rain or snow as well. So taking a look at the front, you have 2 pockets here, which are lined with fleece. You have zippers on these as well. Coming up top right here by the buttons, you have another pocket, another zipper on this one as well. Also has fleece insulation. Not as big as the other ones, but definitely a good size in here to put your wallet or even your phone as well. And then last but not least, here on the inside of the jacket, you have one more pocket here. This is where the cord is for the battery. So you'll plug in the battery just like that. What's also updated on this model that my jacket didn't have is inside this pocket, there's a little pocket kind of like something you have on your jeans. So it's a little pocket on top that holds the battery, but then you still get the whole entire area of the pocket to store more stuff as well. My older version, it didn't have this little pouch, so you just had to put it inside here and it'll kind of move around. So definitely a nice little update there. Coming back to the top, you have more fleece right here on the collar. You have a hood, which is also very well insulated, nice and thick. This has a zipper on back of it as well. So if you didn't want the hood, you could also remove that. And then last but not least, here on the sleeves, you do have a little Velcro thing here, so you could tighten it around your wrist so you don't get any wind inside your jacket. All right, so I've been out here riding for a good, I don't know, about 45 minutes to an hour probably. I'm doing a range test on this e-bike, so I'm just going around the city. Right now it's about 30 degrees. Not too cold, especially for Illinois, but when you're riding a bike and going 20 miles per hour, it can feel a whole lot colder. And this jacket is definitely a lifesaver in this situation. If I didn't have this jacket, I would be a whole lot colder than I am right now. But thanks to the jacket, I feel nice and warm, no problems at all. My legs are pretty cold. My face is cold, but my upper body, where the jacket's at, I don't feel very cold at all. Even without the heat, this is still a very well insulated jacket. I don't feel the wind coming through it, and it keeps me nice and warm. When I first got it, I was thinking maybe it's a heated jacket, so they might cheap out on the materials because, you know, it's heated, so they can get away with being a cheaper jacket and kind of make it up with the heat. But even without the heat, this is still a very well made jacket, very well insulated. So one thing I really like about this jacket is like having virtual layers of clothing. So typically if it's really cold out, you have to bundle up, put on a thick sweater, put your jacket on top, whatever you want to do, and just kind of make a thick layer to keep you warm. This is kind of like doing that, but in its own way. So If it's cold out, you put on your heated jacket. If it gets colder, you just switch it up to heat level 1, and if it gets colder than that, heat level 2, heat level 3. So it's kind of like adding layers without adding layers. You still get the mobility and the comfort of not being bundled up with so many layers, but you get the added warmth. Even when you do have a lot of layers on, it doesn't keep you as warm as this, because not only is this keeping you warm, but it's also adding warmth from the heat. So another thing I like about having this jacket is being able to manipulate that heat depending on what you're doing as well. So a lot of times before, I had to bundle up, put on a lot of layers, and initially when I get on my ride, I feel like it's good, I'm nice and warm. And then I'll go out on my ride, and initially I'll feel good about it because it's nice and warm. But what happens is, as you're doing more activity, you build up body heat, and next thing you know, I feel like that's too much layers, and now I need to remove something and kind of cool off. But with this jacket, I can just put it on, set it to the highest heat level, and as I build body heat, I can just lower the heat or turn it off completely and kind of adjust it that way. So like I said earlier, it's kind of like having virtual layers of clothing that you can remove depending on how cold or how warm it's getting. And the jacket I've been using for the past year or so, well, it's a little bit over a year actually. It's just the older model that has one button. It's only for, I think, 2 sections. But the newer model has the additional heating elements and the second button as well, which gives you a whole lot more of added flexibility. So if you're someone that rides e-bikes or in general does any outdoor activity where you need to keep warm, I 100% recommend these jackets. Like I said a while ago, I had mine for a little over a year now. It worked very well. I wanted to see how it held up. I initially got one for me and one for my wife, and they haven't had any issues. They're not falling apart or anything. The batteries still work great. So I went ahead and bought those 2 more jackets for my kids as well. One of the jackets I bought for my kids was too large, and I contacted the company, and all I had to do was ship it back, and they shipped me the right size. So as far as customer service goes, they definitely seem like a good company there as well. So yeah, overall, I have no complaints about these jackets. Beside the jackets, I know on their website they also have sweaters, gloves, a few other accessories as well. I'm not entirely sure what the rest were. Overall, definitely a great product, great company. So if you happen to be looking into heated apparel, I would highly recommend anything from this brand, which once again is called Ororo. I'll put a link to this jacket and their website in the description. All right, well, that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.